picking up some extra green beans for myself. And then I'm debating, it's so nice out, I want to take the kids for a walk, but this is always my struggle because, like, okay, we usually do a rest time, which my older child does not nap. But when it's so nice out, like, there's just not enough hours in the day to fit it all in. So, yeah, and we have to run a couple errands later. So I'm like, do we go for a walk and do a short rest? I think that's what we might do. But then I have to cook up the whole chicken, and I'm going to make a chicken pot pie pasta bake, which I will share with you guys. We've been enjoying that lately. And, yeah, it's really easy. So I don't think I've shared it on here before. So I will definitely share that what we're having for dinner. We'll see if we go for the walk. So as I'm getting my kitchen cleaned up here after lunch, I figured I'd give a little backstory to the topic of this video. But I used to be very type A, and I will caveat that with I'm still type A about some things. But as I've been home and healing, I realize that I'm a lot more type B when I'm healthy. I have a history in hustle culture. I'm sure many of us do. I basically, finished high school, went to college, did all the normal things, realized in college that I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. I didn't really know anything about homemaking or even the term homemaker back then, but I realized that I could really enjoy being home with my children, and I just hadn't set my life up that way. So thankfully, having my first baby, I still got to be home, and it has been quite the adjustment, but I am now a good few years into it, which is nothing compared to somebody who has raised 8 children and is on the other side of it in that way. I just wanted to share with you something that I have stopped doing. And the reason that it seems so revolutionary, especially even myself, maybe only to myself, is because I used to be so type A. Like, everything had to be perfect and done all the time for me to even remotely feel somewhat fine. So the thing that I stopped doing is that I do not plan any cleaning. I do not plan any of my homemaking tasks, like cleaning the house or anything like that. When I first started staying home, I would write things down like clean the bathroom or, whatever it was. And it was, now looking back, causing me more stress. And I realized that some of this has just come from being home now for a few years. But for somebody who, I just remember my schedule in college just being literally all day. I was a music major. So if you're familiar with majoring in music at all, you basically have all of these 1-credit classes, and it takes up your whole day. So, I would have class all day. Like, a lot of people have 2 classes in a day. I would have class all day, every day. And that's just how it was. And I could have spread it out, but I didn't. I still got it done in 4.5 years. And it was a lot. So I had to recover from that. I basically brought that home with me, and I was trying to apply the things that I had done in college to my home, which in theory doesn't sound all that bad. Like, I think there are good things that I learned in that. Like, I can be very organized, but I also was super, super dysregulated in my nervous system, and that was something that I did not know how to get out of. So I can confidently say now that most of the time I am able to get myself out of that when it does happen, because it happens to everybody. And I don't plan things anymore in the home, and it has totally changed my homemaking. I wouldn't say that I don't have systems in place, but I definitely don't think about it in terms of systems. When I tell you how I do things, somebody will probably listen to this and be like, well, that's a system. Maybe it is. I don't know. I don't write anything down. I don't beat myself up if I don't get to something in a day. So let me just tell you kind of how things go now. So we stay home 3 full days a week, sometimes more, like on the weekends sometimes, but we're out socializing, church, that kind of stuff on the weekends, seeing family. So I just try to make sure that we're home 3 full days during the week. Sometimes there's an extra day if we don't do anything on a Saturday. But 3 full days during the week, and then the other 2 days are for errands, for playgroups, for fun outings, that type of thing. And so on the 2 days that we're out, I don't do anything beyond cooking and cleaning up the kitchen and cleaning up toys. These from Aldi. I found this oatmeal cookie recipe that calls for both of those, and I want to try it this weekend. We're going to be having my father-in-law over for his birthday, so I think I'm going to make those, but it'll probably only be like a handful of these, so I'm going to put these in a little jar. These, I'm not so sure. I might just leave. I kind of don't like keeping stuff in the packaging because first of all, it's not as pretty and it takes up space, but we'll see what we can do. Are you talking? Hi. Then on the days that we are at home, I basically just slowly tend to the things that need to be tended to. So for us, that is making sure the bathroom gets cleaned once a week, making sure that the bed sheets get changed once a week, daily things like cleaning up the kitchen, that always happens, cleaning up toys, dusting. I just do them on any of the days that we're home. And how I kind of keep track of it is very loosely. So let's say, a particular week was busier and I cleaned the bathroom on Friday. I actually really like cleaning the bathroom at the beginning of the week, but sometimes that doesn't happen. So if I don't get to it till Friday, that's fine. Then the next week, I won't clean it again on Monday because that's really close, but I will clean it, if we're home on Wednesday or Thursday. I'll clean it one of those days because a few more days have gone by. Same with the sheets. It doesn't have to necessarily be on the exact same day. The only thing is that I won't do it on 2 days that are close together, if that makes sense. So if I didn't get to it till Friday because the week got busy, children needed extra things, just things came up, then I won't do it again till like at least the next Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. So I'll try to get like a good week to go by, but I just don't stress about it. It doesn't need to be like this exact science of, a certain day at a certain time. And since I have let go of that, that has been so helpful. Another tip that I do have that I frequently implement is to habit stack. So a great example would be either in the kitchen or the bathroom. When you're giving the kids a bath, wipe down the rest of the bathroom. Obviously, you have to keep your eye on them. Clean the toilet, clean like the vanity, the mirror. You can do all of that while they're right there. You're right there with them. It doesn't take very long. It literally takes a couple minutes. And then in the kitchen, I will prep other things when I'm cooking dinner so that I'm not just in the kitchen at weird times. I mean, if I have the bandwidth for that and the time, I will do it, but I find that it's a lot easier to pair it together. So when I'm getting dinner going, I will start dough for the next day or, chop veggies for the next day. When I'm cleaning up breakfast, I will think about lunch. I mean, that seems very basic, but when I actually started to do it, like habit stack in that way, it really does work. And then you realize that you have time. You have time to play, you have time to read, you have time to breathe and be present with your children and your family. It has just changed everything so much for me. So as a recovering type A hustle culture girl, I just cannot say enough good things about being on the other side of that. So if you can relate, let me know down below, but I'm sure I will talk more about this over time on my channel.